Okay, so let's come into a comfortable seat. You might like to sit up on something if you find that you tend to sit a little bit in the back of your sitting bones. We always want to have the knees a little bit lower than the hips so that we can really feel that length in the spine. Now, as you can see, I'm teaching from another place if you're watching the replay. And I don't have any props with me actually. So if I talk about using a prop, I'm hoping that you will just use yours and imagine that I'm using mine. So today I thought we would explore a classic Vinyasa sequence, but we would just spend a few moments just engaging the breath, engaging Ujjayi breath. So just sit comfortably and close your eyes. And just notice right now in this moment where the breath is sitting in your body. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your chest? Is the breath heavy or light? Does it feel fast or slow? Just being present with how your breath feels right now in this moment and where it's located. And then see if you can just engage your breath a little bit more actively, maybe deepening and lengthening it. Notice how when you inhale, your belly expands and then your ribs expand and your top chest lifts. And you might even feel how the pelvic floor relaxes a little bit. And then as you exhale, how the abdomen draws back and the ribs come in, the top chest drops, and that pelvic floor lifts. So it kind of all happens at the same time. And just do maybe 2 or 3 breaths like that, just feeling the belly expanding, ribs expanding, top chest lifting, and then feeling the abdomen drawing back, the ribs softening, the upper chest relaxing. And you might even notice that as you do this kind of breath, there's a bit of a wave in your spine. Now, as you complete your next breath, just narrowing the aperture in your throat slightly and making that slight hissing, not hissing sound, but slight sound where you feel the breath touching the back of the throat as you inhale. And as you exhale, feeling the breath touching the roof of the mouth. And again, as you inhale, feeling the breath touching the back of the throat. And as you exhale, feeling the breath touching the roof of the mouth. And just closing the eyes and just practicing the Ujjayi breath for a few rounds, maybe 4 rounds. You might like to count the breath, how long it takes to inhale, and how long it takes to exhale. And one more round. And then exhaling. All right, and then gently opening the eyes, let's raise the arms up, take a big breath. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the center of your heart. As you inhale, interlace the fingers, raising the arms up. And as you exhale, lowering the arms. We're going to interlace the fingers behind us and open through the chest, drawing the knuckles towards the floor. And then as you exhale, just relaxing the hands back on your thighs. Inhale, raising the arms up. You might want to move your chest slightly forwards. And as you exhale, bringing your hands to the center of your heart. As you inhale, interlacing the fingers, raising the arms up. And as you exhale, lowering the arms, interlacing the fingers, and drawing the knuckles down, opening through the chest. And we'll do one more. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, hands to the center of the heart. On your next exhalation, interlace your fingers, but round your upper spine. And then inhale, raise the arms and open the chest. As you exhale, lean over to one side. And as you inhale, come back up to center. And as you exhale, lean over to the other side. Keep using the Ujjayi breath. And inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, lower the arms, extend your legs out in front. You can have the fingertips pointing towards the buttocks, right? And then just lean back slightly for a moment, opening the chest as you inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, place the feet flat. As you inhale, you're going to press up, chin into the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to lower your pelvis towards the ceiling. Lower your pelvis towards the floor. As you inhale, have the knees slightly bent and raise the arms up. And as you exhale, bring your belly to your thighs and let your head release. As you inhale, bring your hands behind you, feet flat on the floor. On your next inhalation, lift your pelvis to the ceiling. On your next exhalation, lower your buttocks to the floor. As you inhale, raise your arms, take a big breath. And as you exhale, fold yourself forward, just relaxing. Inhale, bringing yourself back up again. Exhale as you move your feet closer. And then inhale, chin into the chest, lifting up. And exhale, lowering your pelvis back down. All right, we're going to cross the legs and come on to the hands and knees. Having the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. We're going to start by just tucking the toes under and sending the weight back and really feeling that pressure into the balls of the feet. This has been one of my favorite things to do over the last couple of weeks, to really stretch as much as I can into the balls of the feet. Feels a bit stimulating. And then on your next exhalation, relax the tops of the feet and round the upper spine. Inhale, tuck the toes under, send the weight back. Keep your chest open, your fingers spread wide. And as you exhale, come forward, rounding the upper spine. And one more, tucking the toes under, fingers spread wide, chest open. And as you exhale, rounding the upper spine, and then let your hips fall towards the floor and just open the chest. And then send the seat back to the heels, coming into child's pose. Inhale, come on to the hands and knees. Round the upper spine as you exhale. And then as you inhale, relax the tops of the feet. Let the hips fall towards the floor, coming into a little bit of an up dog, but your thighs are on the floor. And then again, send the seat back to the heels. And we'll do one more like that. On your next inhalation, coming forwards. As you exhale, round the upper spine. And then as you inhale, relax the hips forward towards the wrists. Open the chest. And as you exhale, send the seat back to the heels. All right, we're going to rise up onto the knees. Reach the arms out to the side, around and up, palms to touch, vision to thumbs. We're going to interlace the thumbs and reach the arms forwards. Then we're going to come on to the hands and knees, shift the weight forward and lower ourselves to the floor in one piece. Relax the tops of the feet and just lift the upper chest. And then lower the upper chest, press up onto the hands and knees, tuck the toes under, and let's lift the sitting bones high into down dog. First down dog, you can obviously bend the knees if you feel any tension in your hamstrings or if there's too much weight in your hands. So really lengthening your spine. Take a breath, relax, maybe walking through the feet a little bit. And then from here, coming back up onto the hands and knees and sending the seat back to the heels. Curl through the spine, reaching the arms out to the side, around and up, palms to touch, vision to thumbs. Now we're going to tuck the right toe under and sit back on that right heel with the palms pressed together. And then inhale, come back up, relax that top of the right foot, and then tuck the left toe under and sitting back on the left ball of the foot. And then inhale, raise the arms up, reach the arms out in front, seat back to the heels, tuck the toes under and lift yourself back up into that down dog position. I just have to straighten my mat. All right, so you're in down dog. Again, making sure that the weight is evenly centered between the hands and the feet, which means you might want to bend your knees a little bit to create that length. And then let's raise the right leg at hip height and step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. So to the little finger side of your hand. And then let your knee drop towards the floor and open the chest. And then bend your elbows like you're doing a chaturanga. And then roll through. We'll do this a few times. As you exhale, you bend your elbows. And then as you inhale, you roll through. And as you exhale, you bend your elbows. And as you inhale, you roll through. And then press back into down dog. Take a breath here. Raise your left leg at hip height. Step the left foot to the little finger side of your hand. Drop your right knee. Open your chest. Relax the top of the foot. And then we're going to bend the elbows like we're doing a chaturanga. And then we're going to open the chest and kind of come into that position where you're kind of lengthening from your pubic bone to your sternum. And then again, bending the elbows. You'll feel this in your arms. And last one, bending the elbows and rolling yourself through. And then pressing back into down dog. Take a breath. Inhale, look to your hands, and you can step or jump the feet forward. Separate the feet out a little bit. Walk your fingertips out in front of you a little bit. You can bend your knees here. If there's any tension in your hamstrings, feel the length through your spine. Reach the crown of the head towards the floor. Lift through the sitting bones. Engage the thigh muscles. So it's a really active pose. And then bend the knees, sit low, reach the hands behind you like you're in, we used to call this ski chair. And then inhale, stand upright. And then exhale, soften the knees, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. And then exhale, just step the left leg back and drop onto the left knee. And come onto the fingertips and open the chest. And then step back into down dog. All right, and then from down dog, let's come into plank position. And then we can lower the knees, upper chest, or full chaturanga to the floor. And then move the hands back, lift into up dog, and roll over the toes. Press back into down dog. And we won't do the lunge going back. We'll just walk the feet forward, bend the knees, reach the arms back like we're in a ski chair. And then inhale, stand upright. And exhale, fold forward. Now we're going to step the other leg back. So I think that's our right leg. I hope that's the right leg. Drop onto the knee. Fingertips to the floor, opening the chest. And then press straight back into down dog. Bring yourself into plank position. Lower to the floor in whatever way you like. Move your hands back. Lift into up dog. And press back into down dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Look to the hand, step or jump the feet forward. Have the feet inner hip width distance apart. Bend the knees, come into that ski chair position. And then inhale, raise the arms up. And exhale, lower the arms. So just stopping for a moment. Take a breath. So if you joined us a little bit late, we're doing a classic creative vinyasa class. So we're going to keep flowing from one pose to another. But this time, let's take the toes to touch and have the heels slightly apart. We're going to bring the palms together and look to where the palms meet the ceiling. And then bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, plant the hands and step or jump yourself back. Plank position. You can lower your knees, upper chest, or the full chaturanga. Roll through into up dog or baby cobra and press back into down dog. Raise your right leg into the earth, hip height, step the right foot. in between the hands. Reach the arms up, coming into that high lunge position. Relax the shoulders. Shift the weight slightly forward, shift the weight slightly back. Just stay here for a moment. And then hands to the floor. Step back, down dog. Raise the left leg. Step the left foot in between the hands. Get your balance. And raise the arms up. Coming into high lunge. Breathing here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you're comfortable continuing to use your Ujjayi breath, do that. Look to your hands and step or jump the feet forward, lengthening through the front of the spine. And exhale, fold forward. And inhale, reach the arms all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to the center of the heart. All right, let's go again. I'm just going to open a window here. A little bit, getting a little bit warm. All right, so again, raising the arms up, big breath. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back. Turn the left heel down. Line up the right heel with the left heel and cartwheel the left arm up. And then the right, coming into warrior two, looking over your middle finger, really feeling the shoulders relaxed. Hands are slightly lower than the shoulders. Back hip can roll in a little bit. Right thigh rolls out a little bit. Breathe. Use your Ujjayi. Inhalation. Exhalation. Cartwheel the hands either side of the front foot. Drop onto the left knee. If you need something underneath your knee, make sure to put that there now, like a blanket or something like that. And then raise the arms up and come into that low lunge. Take a breath. Hands to the floor. Tuck the toe under. Lift the knee. Step back into down dog. All right, from here, we're going to step the left foot in between the hands and turn the right heel down. So I'll just face this way so you can see. And then from here, we're going to cartwheel the right arm up and then the left, coming into our Virabhadrasana 2. So right thigh rolls out slightly, left thigh rolls in slightly, heel to heel alignment, shoulders relax, looking over the middle finger. Why is this pose so amazing? Why do we do it every class? Because it strengthens the thigh muscles. It opens the inner hip. It activates the feet. We're looking over the middle finger. Our gaze, our drishti is strong. Wherever we place our gaze, that's where our attention goes. One more breath. Hands to the floor. Drop onto the knee. Deepen the lunge. Raise the arms up. Palms to touch. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, tuck the toe under. Let's step back again into down dog, and we'll step or jump the feet forward, lengthening through the front of the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms, eyes, fingertips all the way up, and exhale, bring your hands to the center of your heart. All right, let's go again. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, soften. Fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left leg back. Turn the left heel down. Now, if you have a block handy, you might like to place that block on the big toe side of your foot. At the beginning of the class, I just explained that I don't have any props at the moment. So you can just place your block on the big toe side of your foot and then place your hand on the block. Activate your inner thigh against your upper arm. So we're coming into Parsva Konasana, right angle pose. Let your top hip drop a little bit. Rotate your chest open. Raise your arm. Crown of the head in line with your tail. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the opening that's happening through the upper rib cage. One more breath. Hands either side of the front foot. Drop onto the left knee. This time we're going to straighten the leg. Stretch into the back of the leg. Feel the thigh muscle engaging here. Opening through the chest. Bend the front knee again. Step back into down dog. All right, let's do all that on the other side. So stepping the left foot in between the hands. Turning the right heel down. And I'll just face the other way. Bring your left hand onto a block, big toe side of the foot. The reason why, if you have a block, I'd like you to use a block, is so that you don't collapse on this left side. So I'm collapsing a little bit as I'm teaching what to do, as I'm demonstrating. Raise the other arm, roll that top hip down, then rotate the chest, then raise the arm. So you're really connecting with how much this side of the body is opening and breathing. So we're bringing a lot of prana, life force into the system, but we're also activating the legs. Keep breathing. Use your ujjayi. One more breath. Hands to the floor. Drop onto the knee and slowly straighten that front leg. Engage that front thigh muscle. Feel the stretch through the back of your thigh. Inhaling, exhaling. I'm smiling because I haven't done like a proper practice for a little while like this. So it's fun to do it. All right, bending the knee, tucking the toes under, lifting the knee, step back, down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Always remember, you can go into child's pose if this practice is too strong for you this afternoon, this evening. Look to your hand, step or jump your feet forward. Lengthening through the front of the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms, eyes, fingertips come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the center of the heart. Okay, we're going to do one more vinyasa coming into trikonasana. So let's raise the arms up in whatever way is comfortable. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, step that left leg back, turn the left heel down. All right, we're going to come up into a standing position here. So right heel can split the middle of the back foot, or if your hips are a bit tight, you might be happier with that heel to heel alignment. But no matter how you've done it, we're going to allow for that shift in the hips, right? We're going to let the right hip drop back, the left hip roll forward. Then we're going to lengthen both sides of the torso. And it's like almost like we're leaning over the front of the leg as we bring the hand down. Then we rotate the chest. Then we raise the arm, crown of the head in line with the tail, and the abdominal inner thighs are moving towards each other. Now from this position, you might be feeling some awareness behind the leg. You can bend your knee a little bit if it's too strong. And then from this position, we're going to bend that front knee, reach the fingertips 6 to 8 inches out from the big toe, and just lift the other leg as high as it'll go. You can look towards the side of your mat, or you can look down like I am, and then raise your arm. Keep breathing. You can point the toe. All right, and then bring both hands to the floor. Roll that top hip down. Bring that back leg down. We're going to come back into the lunge. And this is my new favorite pose. We're going to raise the arms up and extend just the index finger and open through the chest. One more breath. And then hands to the floor. Step back this time into plank position. And then lower the knees, upper chest. Or full chaturanga to the floor. Move the hands back. Lift into up dog. Press back into down dog. All right, as we've been doing, stepping the left foot in between the hands, turning the right heel down, bringing yourself upright. So you're in that prep for trikonasana. You're going to roll that left thigh back, roll that right hip in, choose your alignment, heel to middle arch or heel to heel, depending on your hip flexibility, and then drawing back, you're going to send your buttocks back towards the back wall. As you lengthen, you'll feel that slight awareness behind the leg. Bring your hand to your ankle. Raise the other arm. Take a moment here. Breathe. And then shift the weight. So you're going to bring your fingers 6 to 8 inches out from your big toe. You're going to lift that leg as high as you like, looking down at the floor or looking towards the side of your mat. You can always bend the bottom leg if it's too intense. And then bring that hand to the floor, roll the hip down, Reach the leg back, drop onto the knee, get your balance, and then raise your arms, interlacing all the fingers except for the index fingers, opening through the chest. So one of my students, teachers that I'm mentoring at the moment, she's been putting this into her sequence. And so I got inspired by that. And I was like, oh, this is really challenging, but fun. Maybe it's more challenging than fun. All right, bring your hands to the floor, step back into down dog. And take a moment here. We're nearly finished with the standing pose part of our practice. So let's look to our hands and we'll step or jump ourselves forward. Lengthen through the front of the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to the center of your heart. Okay, so let's stand for a moment in Tadasana. So normally we do a lot of child's pose or we start with a lot of nervous system work, but today I just thought, let's just get into it. Let's do a stronger practice. Let's challenge ourselves, see how it feels. Maybe it's not so comfortable. That's okay, because remember, at the end of the session, that's when we reap all the benefits from being a little bit more dynamic in our practice. So standing in Tadasana right now, chin is level, weight is balanced, fingertips are extending slightly away from the body. Let's find our way into tree pose, but this time a little bit different. Shift your weight to one foot, doesn't matter which one, and then pick up your other thigh and really as high as you can, and then rotate it out. And then as if you were going to put your own foot right there. See if you can, how far you can go before you have to grab your ankle. Now, if that's too challenging for you to be up this high, you can always lower your foot or even have the ball of the foot on the floor. But today, see if you can actually do that, to get that heel right up to where the top of the thigh and the groin meet. You can always put your back against the wall. Don't worry if that's what you feel like doing. That's perfect. And then bring your hands to the center of your heart. Activate this pose by pressing the palms to touch. Feel feel the back of your neck long. I'm going to just go to the wall here for a moment. Let my butt hold me up. Pressing the palms to touch. Chin is level. Keep breathing. All right, and then slowly release, and we'll try that on the other side. So shifting the weight to our other foot, finding the balance, lifting the leg as high as it'll go, rotating it open, pointing the toe towards the foot and towards the inner thigh, and then bringing that foot in. So there's a beautiful teacher who's from New Zealand. Her name is Donna Farhi. And this is one of the things that she shares is the more we can rotate, like lift and rotate and place that foot into tree, the more natural it can be for us. And then once we're there, we're pressing the sole of the foot into the inside seam of the leg. We're active through the front of the body. We're pressing the palms to touch, and we haven't stopped breathing. So breathing is key here, right? Using the ujjayi if you're comfortable with that, or just a natural breath. All right, and then lowering that foot down. Let's come to the front of the mat. We'll raise the arms up. The feet can be a little bit apart. Bend the knees, fold forward. We're going to step ourselves back into down dog. And just take a moment in down dog. Slowing your breath down. All right, let's drop onto the hands and knees. We're going to start with a thread the needle. So we're going to raise the right arm up and relax the back of the arm so that the back of the shoulder is on the floor. And we're just going to take that little bit of rotation, Stretching into the back of the right upper arm. Your chin can be down or it can be up a little bit, whatever feels comfortable for your neck. Let's take a few moments here. You want to draw your right hip back as much as possible. And slowly come upright. And then raise the other arm and shifting to chin down and really stretching into the back of that upper arm. You might want to draw that left hip back a little bit. Coming back up onto the hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to come into half dog or puppy pose. So just reaching your arms all the way out in front. Just going to take a moment to see how I'm going. All good. So reaching the arms right out in front, forehead to the floor. Feel the chest opening here. So this is a warm up for our first back bend. Slow your breath down. All right, and then coming back up onto the hands and knees. And slowly send your knees back. Let your hips fall to the floor. We're going to lie on the belly just for a moment. Take the elbows out to the side. Rest your cheek in your hands. Maybe you want to wiggle your buttocks back and forth. So that was quite a dynamic start to the class. I guess I don't think it was like level 10 vinyasa or anything like that, but just more dynamic maybe than we normally do. So just give yourself a moment here. Feel like you're really surrendering your abdominal area into the floor. I hope you can still hear me, even though I'm a little squished. So I'll just keep myself upright so I'm not so far away from the microphone. All right, and then let us come up into our Sphinx pose. So we're going to come onto our forearms and have the elbows slightly out in front, slightly out to the side. We're going to spread the fingers and open the chest. And we'll just stay here for a few moments, just feeling that opening, back of the neck long. And then if it feels comfortable to straighten the arms here, go ahead and straighten the arms. You might want to drop the chin for a moment and then lift, have the chin at the regular position. And let's just relax again. All right, and then let's roll onto our backs. We're going to come into bridge pose. So rolling onto your back, and we're using our bridge pose today as one of our back bends. So let's start with a little bit of rocking. So tucking the tailbone under and arching. So you know how we do that kind of pelvic rock with our legs extended? We're just going to do that same pelvic rock with the feet flat and the knees bent. So you're tucking and you're arching through your pelvis, tucking and arching, and then moving in at such a speed that you really feel like your head, your chin, your whole body, everything is moving. And you do about 10 or 15 of these, and then you just relax. And then we'll do that again, 10 or 15 of these rocking movements. And then relax. And we'll do a few more. And relax. All right, now it's up to you. If you have a block, you might like to place the block underneath your pelvis. If you don't have a block like me, we're going to be a little bit more active. So pressing the hands into the floor and lifting the pelvis to the ceiling. If you want to interlace your fingers, go ahead and walk your shoulders blades in a little bit. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Now, usually we tell people to, relax the buttocks, but if you feel like squeezing the buttocks helps you to feel kind of more solid doing this, go ahead and do that. You might want to move your legs out a little bit more or your feet away a little bit more. So whatever feels comfortable. And you might feel like coming down like I have, or you might feel like you can stay up a little bit longer. And that's why I suggested the block, so you can hold the pose a little bit longer. All right, and then let's all come down. And we're going to just bring the knees in towards the chest for a moment. So this is our neutral position for the spine. And then let's extend the left leg along the floor and come into Apanasana. So we're hugging the right shin in. And I'm just going to move myself slightly away from the wall here so I can demonstrate this. And then you're going to take yourself over to the left side. So holding onto the outside of the right thigh and moving over into the twist. Now you can keep the arm extended or bend at the elbow and rest it on your ribs. And then from here, we're going to roll over onto our bellies and just come up onto our forearms and have that right knee out to the side. Coming into a Sphinx pose, palms touching, elbows pressed into the floor. It's actually more of a psoas stretch for that right side. And then we're going to relax back down, come back through the twist and hug that shin in towards you. And then holding on to the outside of the foot, if that's comfortable, or the back of the leg, we're going to straighten the leg and stretch into the back of the leg. And then hug that knee in. Hug both knees in. And let's change sides. We're going to extend the right leg and hug the left shin in. And notice how you feel from that active half hour that we did, the Vinyasa flow. You notice maybe there's a little bit more openness in the body, a little bit more freedom when we come to these reclining poses. And then crossing that knee over. And then sliding that knee out to the side and coming up onto your forearms. You can have your palms touching. Sorry, I'll just turn just opening through the chest. And then slowly rolling back, hugging again that knee in towards you, and then taking hold of the outside of the foot and extending the leg. All right, and then let's bring both legs up. We're going to come into happy baby. So holding on to the little toe sides of both feet, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back, feeling that deep stretch in the inner thigh. And then slowly, we're going to rock ourselves back up to sitting, or we're going to roll to the side and come up. So up to you how you'd like to do this. But rocking yourself back up in whatever way is comfortable. And let's extend both legs out in front. Now, as I was mentioning earlier on, if you have props, use them. So if you tend to sit on the back of your sitting bones, have a blanket a little bit underneath you to get those shoulders and hips in line so we can create that nice long spine. We're going to start with a twist. So we're going to cross the right leg over the left and hug the shin in and rotate ourselves around. All right, and then turn yourself towards the front. Bring both hands in front of you. And then from here, see if you can lift up on the side of your foot with your hands to the side. See how that feels. And then slowly lowering down, and we'll change sides. So you're going to cross your left leg over your right leg, hug your shin in, and rotate yourself around. You'll feel that opening and stretch through the outer hip here. And then I'm just going to turn myself the other way. And then same thing, we're just going to press our hands into the floor for a moment and take a twist the other way. And then when you feel ready, just use your hands to lift up. So a little bit of a abdominal strengthener here. And then when you're ready, coming down. All right, and then let's extend both legs. And we'll come into Janu Shirshasana. So sole of the foot comes to the inside seam of the leg. And let's bend the other leg and reach hold of the foot. Let your head release. And then as you feel comfortable, straightening that leg. So maybe it's not going to straighten all the way. Your forehead's relaxed. If you feel comfortable straightening all the way, and you can keep your belly engaged with your thigh, then go all the way forwards. Otherwise, just stay exactly where you feel the most comfortable. Just let your breath be wherever it wants to be. And then sweeping around, bringing your hand behind you, coming up onto your shin. A little bit of an extension here. And then releasing, bending the other knee. Sole of the foot to the inside seam of the leg. Same thing, you can bend the knee and hold on to the foot. Let your forehead release. You can slowly start to straighten the leg, coming all the way forwards. Breathing into the back of your body. And slowly reaching around, coming up onto your shin, opening through the chest, and releasing. All right, and then let's bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to take the knees out. Again, if your knees are higher than your hips, sit yourself up on something. If it's uncomfortable to have your heels close in, move them out slightly. See how it feels to, maybe for some of us, we're comfortable coming forwards. We can just relax the forearms forward, or we can lengthen forward slightly, pressuring the elbows to the inner thighs, but we don't want to push ever on the knees. So beautiful pose for connecting with the pelvic area, reproductive organs. Can get quite tight in those inner thighs. All right, and then slowly coming up, let's bring the knees together. Just hug your shins in for a moment. And let's come back to a comfortable seat. Just let your hands relax wherever they feel comfortable, on your thighs, on your knees. Just close your eyes. And see if you can come back to that Ujjayi breath. But this time, we're going to use the Ujjayi. We're going to guide the Ujjayi up the spine and down the spine with the mantra Hum Sa. So connecting with the bottom of your body, the space between the pubic bone and the tailbone. And as you inhale, gently internally chanting the sound hum from base all the way up to the center of the brain as you inhale. And as you exhale, imagine a line of energy flowing from the midbrain down to that space in between pubic bone and tailbone with the internal sound sa. Hum going from base to midbrain. And sa going from midbrain to base. Hum, base to midbrain. Sa, midbrain to base. Hum, base to midbrain. Sa, midbrain to base. And just keep going in your own timing, just a few moments. Hum. Sa. Hum. Sa. Hum. Sa. Hum. Sa. All right, and then slowly relaxing. It's amazing how calming that Kriya is. The Kriyas are those beautiful practices which focus the mind and help us to just really remember ourselves, the peace, the calm itself. And so when you're ready, just lying yourself back for relaxation, for Shavasana, just getting really comfortable. So as you lie here, just remembering there's nothing you need to do or undo. You can just feel the body supported by the ground, how gravity draws you down to the earth. You might like to notice how it feels to lie here for a moment. The parts of your body that feel heavy, maybe the other parts of the body that feel light. Maybe you notice your breath is more settled, more calm. Just whatever is happening right now, just let it be exactly as it is. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. So slowly bring your awareness back to your body, gently moving your fingers and your toes. You might like to reach your arms up over your head and take a big stretch. Maybe might feel comfortable rolling to one side and resting there. Take your time. And then as you feel ready, bringing yourself all the way upright. Beautiful. And just placing your hands on your body somewhere, whatever feels comfortable to you. And wishing everyone a super wonderful rest of your day.